The AMC Javelin. For most car fans, it's one of those names that instantly brings you back to a very specific time in American automotive history. A time when muscle cars were wild, unique, and unapologetically stylish. Back in the late 60s and early 70s, the Javelin was AMC's bold answer to the Mustang, Camaro, and Challenger. It had a long hood, a fastback rear, and a personality all its own. Fast forward more than 5 decades, and something almost no one expected has happened. AMC is back, and so is the Javelin. The year is 2026, and the revival of this classic American icon is not just a nostalgic nod. It's a statement. A statement that says the muscle car spirit is alive and well, even in an era dominated by crossovers, hybrids, and Fs. From the first moment you lay eyes on the 2026 AMC Javelin, you know it's not here to blend in. It's a car with presence, low, wide, and dripping with aggression. The design team clearly studied the original Javelin's curves and character, then modernized it without watering it down. The long hood returns, paired with a deeply sculpted front fascia and a wide stance that looks planted before it even moves. The headlights are razor-thin LED units that almost disappear into the grille, giving it a sinister glare. The side profile is pure fastback glory. The roofline sweeps back into a tapered tail, echoing the 1971A 1974 Javelin's distinctive shape but with a sharper, more aerodynamic execution. The fenders are muscular, and the wheel arch is house massive alloys 20 inches standard, with optional lightweight forged wheels for the performance trims. The designers even integrated subtle nods to AMC heritage, like the character line that runs down the side, inspired by the original's pronounced body crease. Around back, the 2026 Javelin is all about drama. A full-width LED taillight bar stretches across the rear, glowing with a distinctive segmented pattern that's unmistakable at night. The rear bumper is clean and sculpted, while the diffuser and quad exhaust tips leave no doubt about its performance intentions. Of course, a Javelin without exciting colors would be a crime. AMC delivers with a bold palette: deep metallic reds, rich blues, heritage-inspired orange, and even a throwback big bad green for the nostalgic crowd. For those who prefer stealth, there's an all-black shadow package that deletes chrome entirely and gives the car a menacing road presence. But the Javelin's beauty is more than skin deep. Under that long hood, AMC offers a range of powertrains to satisfy both purists and forward thinkers. The base model starts with a 2.7-liter twin-turbo V6 pushing 375 horsepower and 400 pounds-feet of torque. Strong numbers, sure, but the mid-tier and top-tier engines are where the real magic happens. Step up to the Javelin RT, and you get a 5.7-liter Hemi V8 with cylinder deactivation, good for 470 horsepower and a throaty, old-school muscle car soundtrack. But the true halo model is the Javelin AMX. Here, AMC pulls out all the stops with a supercharged 6.4-liter V8 pumping out an eye-watering 720 horsepower and 700 pounds-feet of torque. In an era where V8s are becoming rare, this is a love letter to anyone who still believes in big displacement and big sound. Transmission choices show AMC's commitment to enthusiasts. You can get a 6-speed manual on the V6 and the 5.7 Hemi, or an 8-speed automatic across the lineup. The AMX, however, comes standard with a beefed-up 8-speed automatic tuned for lightning-fast shifts, though there's already talk of a limited manual run for the hardcore drivers. Performance numbers are nothing short of jaw-dropping. The base V6 Javelin hits 60 miles per hour in just under 5 seconds. The 5.7-liter RT shaves that to 4.1. And the AMX? you're looking at 0-60 in 3.4 seconds, a quarter mile in the high tens, and a top speed north of 200 miles per hour. But the Javelin isn't just a straight-line hero. AMC engineers put serious work into its chassis and suspension. The base cars use adaptive dampers tuned for a balance between comfort and performance, while the AMX features a track-ready suspension with active roll stabilization. Brembo 6-piston front and 4-piston rear brakes are standard on the AMX, optional on the RT. An electronic limited slip differential and launch control come standard on the top trims, giving the Javelin a level of agility muscle cars of the past could only dream of. Step inside, and you'll find a cabin that combines modern tech with just enough retro flair to remind you of the Javelin's heritage. The driver sits low, surrounded by a cockpit that subtly angles toward them. The dash is dominated by a 12.5-inch customizable digital cluster and a 10.4-inch infotainment touchscreen running AMC's new Heritage Connect system. It's fast, intuitive, and thankfully retains physical knobs for climate and volume. Material quality is high across the board, with soft touch surfaces, genuine aluminum accents, and optional leather or suede upholstery. The AMX trim adds unique seat stitching patterns inspired by the old Trans Am racing stripes and a flat-bottom steering wheel with shift paddles milled from real aluminum. Audio comes from a 14-speaker premium sound system, but let's be real, you'll probably prefer listening to the exhaust note. AMC even offers an active exhaust system with adjustable modes: quiet for early morning start, sport for spirited driving, and track mode for full volume chaos. Technology and safety aren't overlooked either. Standard features include adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, and a 360-degree camera system. But AMC also throws in a track coach feature for performance models. This system overlays track maps, lap timers, and G-force readings right in the gauge cluster, making it easy to measure your improvement on the circuit. Pricing starts surprisingly competitive. The base twin-turbo V6 Javelin comes in around $42,000, while the RT Hemi starts at $55,000. The AMX? Expect to shell out just over $80,000, a lot of money, yes, but considering its performance, it's priced right alongside modern muscle legends. The real question is, why bring back the Javelin now? AMC, or more accurately, the parent company under the Stellantis umbrella, seems to have recognized something important. Muscle cars are at a crossroads. The shift to electrification is coming fast, but there's still a passionate, loyal group of drivers who crave the roar, the feel, and the raw character of a combustion-powered performance car. By reviving the Javelin, AMC is staking a claim in that shrinking but fiercely loyal corner of the market. And they're not just chasing nostalgia. The 2026 Javelin is designed to compete with modern sports coupes and muscle cars head-on. It's aimed squarely at cars like the Mustang Dark Horse, the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, and even entry-level European exotics. But it brings something different to the table: heritage that hasn't been diluted by decades of constant updates. The Javelin nameplate has been out of the game for so long that its return feels fresh, not overplayed. There's also a sense that AMC wants to build a community around this car. From day one, they're offering a full line of factory-backed performance parts through the AMC Performance division. Cold air intakes, upgraded intercoolers, suspension kits, exhaust systems, you name it, they've got it, all under warranty. This means you can personalize your Javelin without worrying about voiding coverage. And then there's the sound. The Javelin AMX's supercharged V8 produces a deep, old-school muscle rumble at idle, then builds into a screaming roar as you climb the revs. It's the kind of sound that makes people turn their heads before they even see the car. In an era of synthesized engine noise, hearing the real thing is pure magic. Of course, no car is perfect. The Javelin is a big coupe, and visibility out the back isn't great thanks to that sweeping roofline. The ride in the AMX can be harsh on rough roads, and the fuel economy, well, if you're buying a 700